Hi comic book fans, welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video, and today I'm going to show you some what I call my auction buy bonuses. Okay, so this is when I go and buy a bundle of comics in an auction, usually because I've spotted some key comics in the collection. I then get the comics and actually discover there's other comics in there that are a bit special that I hadn't spotted and I didn't know about. Okay, so I count them as bonuses. So they're almost free because I've bought the lot based on the value of the key comics that I actually spotted. So these are really nice because they're sort of like freebies. Okay, so and there's a whole load of DC type freebies here. I bought a load of, I think it was 60 or 70 DC comics, and I bought them for the Detective Comics and Batmans, but actually inside it there were some really good other ones. Right, so I'm going to show you some. Now, first off, and I did see a picture of this on the lot, and I tried to find it on Go Collect. I could not find it. Right, it said House of Mystery, but from the photo, what I couldn't tell was that it was one of the oversized limited collector's edition comics, and it is really great. Look at this. It's supersized. It's a House of Mystery, and I really love this cover. And for these things don't usually survive in very good condition because they're so big and unwieldy. You know, they don't survive very well. But this is in pretty decent condition. I've got a number of these supersized sort of collector edition ones now, and I've got a collection of them that I keep up in my attic because it's because of the size. Yeah, and we've got a tabletop diorama. I think that's Sergio Aragone's art on the back. Yeah, so when I went to pick these comics up from the auction house, because it was one that was very close to me, actually, it's a ridge close. In fact, it's only about 20 miles away. So I went and picked them up, and I saw this. I went, that's why I couldn't find it. So to find it, I had to write in limited collector's edition C.23, and there it was. Okay, so, and look at just these kids here being enticed in by this creature with a hand. So that's my first little bonus book. Then I've got a whole range of number ones that I was completely unaware of, and there's some great stuff here. This first one's called Justice Inc. It's not worth Justice Inc. number one. It's not worth a huge amount of money, but it's nice to have, and it's a Joe Kubert cover. Okay, next bonus book. Now, these are really odd. Okay, I have had one or two of these in the past. The comic is entitled First Issue Special, which is really confusing, especially when it isn't the number one. So you get a thing called First Issue Special, and then it can be number 6 or 9 of that run. So it's really confusing. Anyway, I actually got First Issue Special number 1. Okay. And it's really good. It's art and story by Jack Kirby, and it's the first appearance of a character called Atlas. So really nice to have a first appearance. It's a really nice, clean looking cover. 9.8s of this. Go Collect says fair market value is about $100. This is in pretty decent condition. I think it's in the 9s. So yeah, nice pickup. Then I've got First Issue Special number 5. Okay, again, Jack Kirby story and art. And this one is the first appearance of this character here, Manhunter. Something like Mark Shaw. And Go Collect says a 9.8 of this graded is worth $500. Well, I suppose it's because of the first appearance of this character here, who does go on and appear in quite a lot of other stuff, more so than Atlas does, I think. So there we go. Manhunter First issue special number 5, first appearance of Mark Shaw, Manhunter. Okay, right, next one up. This isn't worth very much, but it's interesting. This is, I think this is Gil Kane cover. This is called Trigger Twins. These are this is a Western comic. I think these characters first appeared in some Western in 1951. Anyway, this is from 1973. They eventually get their own series. They're a twin cowboys. So there we go. Trigger Twins. Never heard of them before, but I've got Trigger Twins number 1. Okay, next up. Right, this is nice. So this is a title called Korak, Son of Tarzan. Now, this was originally a Gold Key series, which ran from issue 1 to issue 45. And then, obviously, DC acquired it because issue 46 of Korak, Son of Tarzan is the first DC issue. Yeah, it's really nice. We got Joe Kubert art, which looks really good there, and story by Len Wein. Again, this one isn't worth a huge amount of money, but it's a nice oddity to have in my collection. And I always like a good bit of Joe Kubert artwork. Right, next up, and I've got a few of these in my collection, but I haven't got this one. This is Secret Origins, which is a really nice series which goes through and tells you the origins of various DC characters. So one of the lots I picked up had this in it, Secret Origins number 1. Again, as I said, bonus book. Didn't know this was going to be in there, and in pretty decent condition. And we've got the origins of pretty much the top 3 characters here, Superman, Batman, and Flash, in this issue. Again, this is worth a fair bit of money in a graded 9.8. This one? It's pretty damn good. Most of these ones I've picked up here are pretty good. It's not a 9.8, but it could be 8.0, 7.5, 8.0, something like that. Okay, next up, this is, I've never heard of this before either, but it's Stalker number 1. No, it's not about some sexual pervert stalking somebody. It's about a man who's lost his soul, and I think he's got to go and find it. Okay. All of these are Bronze Age comics. I think they all date from the early 1970s. This one's got Steve Ditko artwork in it. Yeah, there we go. Stalker number 1. Okay, and then this one, again, did not know this was in there. In fact, the cover for me just is pretty nondescript. And when I looked at it, I saw it was a number 1. Checked it out. I like the character. It's Jonah Hex number 1 from 1972, 1973. Like Jonah Hex. And here we go. This is Jonah Hex number 1. Yeah, it's Garcia Lopez cover. Checked it up on Go Collect again in a CGC 9.8 graded. This is a $500 comic. This is in pretty decent condition. You know, this is definitely higher. This is 8.0, 8.5, maybe even into the 9s. So really nice to have got this like for free, because it just came in a bundle. And I was buying the bundle for the Batmans and the detective comics, not for Jonah Hex number 1. There we go. So those are my bonus comics from a couple of auctions, comics that I hadn't spotted beforehand, didn't know they were in there, didn't know their value. But I think really nice to have in my collection. So that's your lot. See you again soon.